Welcome back, friends. LostScarf here, and it's time for more Phoenix Wright. So here we go. February 9th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright. I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hasakura Temple. Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? I think my voice changed on Edgeworth. There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. No! Son of a bitch! 5? Iris. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed. Huh? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Yeah, my voice has changed a little bit on Edgeworth. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Stoneham? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. She's killed how many people? As I thought, no psycho lock. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. Okay, this voice has changed. This voice has definitely changed. That is for dang sure. Double checking. Okay, yeah. We are recording. Courtroom 9, 11:36 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Who's this hosiery? Oh, it's Edgeworth. Wait. Court will now reconvene. Miss Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Did I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Oh, Larry, right. Lady Stoneham, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Oh! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist, friendly out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, Viridian. Oh my god! Larry, this isn't an art store, now is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wanted to say field work, I hope. That's it. Thanks, buddy. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train of wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see? I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red! Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Oh my god! I want to believe these are Bob Ross terms, but they're not. Crimson Lake? Ouch! 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 Stop your pathetic babbling and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Jeez, don't be such a hoser. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. This is almost too much for me. Here we go. What I saw. I was at that lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't meet anyone at the bridge that night. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now, aren't I, Edgy? Oh my god. Aren't I, Edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. But no touching, thank you. I think it means the whip, right? We can delve into other details at a later time. No touching? Here we go! What I saw. Oh, it's still low on HP. Took a hit. Hold it! Whatever is the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? This one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there, I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where these contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may let my whip have its way. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. That rundown shack is hardly a lodge, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like it was there to look at them, right? Oh my god! Oh, look at Edgeworth! Look at that eye twitch! See? You can do it if you try. Ouch! There's only one issue here. What you saw at Dusky Bridge. Oh my god, all that. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but... A number of times? How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. Which means... you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You bet. Real love's about waiting for your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack. Using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply a product of overflowing love. Ah! You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey, excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness. I think she's trying for Dr. Seuss, but she's German, so she's getting Dr. Seuss accurately, but in German. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile. You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for a whimpering, whining wuss of a witness, eh? You see, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it. I didn't see this snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile! If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know, and don't ask me. It seems that I'll need to start from a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. And I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake faces now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems that he's going to claim I have nothing to do with this to the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradictions and keep things moving along. Now we're gonna keep pressing. Oh, that was the last one? Okay. Are we gonna try to present Phoenix? We'll try Phoenix. Saving! Phoenix! Yep, got it. You met Phoenix, Larry Butts. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Well, you're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right, me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents, eh? That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do, then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. What you saw that night. Testify truthfully. That is all you can do for now. Did you? I think I've finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. It never does. I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? Here we go, real testimony. What I saw, part 2. Here we go. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still somewhat thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran to Nick. And then Nick ran into the river. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you, eh? So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing the girl. It totally burned out, like almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. Nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. As always, hard to know if he should be caught lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. With this hoser. Strange Brew, that's the name of that movie! Oh my god! Rick Moranis and the other guy. Strange Brew, that's the name of that movie. That's like, what, like 3 or 4 weeks ago? Maybe a month? Oh my god! Jinx is gonna hurt me. Okay. Press. What did you do? No, what did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, no. Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? Dare I even ask? I set the meeting time as 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought she might come early, too. Well, it appears she didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, did they? Shut up! I'm not picking any fun memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So every 20 minutes or so, I went out to the bridge. I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. I didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. This light was, of course, lightning. Like, pow. Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Which one was Naomi? Oh, a little like that? That's more like a punch from Miranda. Witness, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But it had pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forget it attitude you had at first, Witness. All this mention of Thunder's got me thinking about that one band. Oh, here we go. Their song Thunder. You said right away. But exactly how long after that strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge got on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is this small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk? And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Eh? What do you mean? Well, normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Well, of course I thought of doing that. Then, let's hear why you didn't. Yeah, okay, the reason. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? Oh, that's why. The bridge and Nick showed a minute later. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright? Yeah. I thought I'd better tell someone about this, but then Nick came up yelling about murder. It totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a terrible case of unease. It was after contacting the police that Phoenix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yeah, that's pretty much it. More or less. He told me about the burning bridge yesterday. But there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. He made the call. Nick made the fall. And approximately 11, so let's try that. I think the weather report might be something. Let's see here. Well, it matches up the weather report, actually. There it is. Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make it sound like some sort of... You make me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike a dusky bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it took less than 5 minutes from the shack to the dusky bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. Oh, that all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hasakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at the Dusky Bridge at the time. Ah! Oh, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do you had to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm bloody Stoneham. Ah! It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francesca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But there is still no way that Wright could have been at the Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here that in the weather data report, it took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means, what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge as it was burning that night. He did not arrive there until... after the flame had died down. I don't remember. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. Are you still trying to hide something from us? What happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just woke up. I guess I was still sleeping after all. Pinch me. Oh no. Now, there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? Did you simply watch the bridge burn? That is the problem here. Even after the bridge burned out, he was still there. He simply stood there and didn't report anything. That's what it sounds like. This might be Larry we are talking about, but even he isn't capable of being so stupid. There has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I get serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Oh, are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything. Then say it. Well then, I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing? What were you doing, witness? Question 15. I'm Donham. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running. Came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You ever get this, did you? Okay. Why will he regret this? Tell us, Larry. My name is Ladies, get it right. Mistakes like that are what keep you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Yes, who exactly are you? I'm Ladies Stoneham, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed. Press. Sketching? The burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything that came with it, man. What came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, did you? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is good. Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there. Look at the sketch, obviously. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch. Please. Well, dude, even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this. Imagined what? That Lady Stoneham debut would take place here, today, like this. Show it, now. Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Lady Stoneham. Why is there a woman there? So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the bravery to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry? What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate-looking figure? Ah, you spotted that. I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. We had to plan out for her future, you know? What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Wait, what? Whoa? Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Oh, you... Hi! Are you... Hi! Wow, really? So it's like, he's like, you? Hi, the girl. She's really high up in this picture. Rubber, 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 rubber. Yeah, seriously, what? Nah, what was that for? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there's some precedent for this. He was flying pretty high, that's my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see. What this means is that Iris has another means between the two places. That's what it means. So that means she did snowmobile to the inner sanctum. She was there. The bridge burned, but she flew back because she came up with another means to get back. And then the murder happened. Either she did it still, or she saw the stab and tried to help out Elise. Either she's the murderer or she's not. I don't know. This has to be some kind of a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not? Oh, God. Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what do you think of my debut piece? Get that thing away from me! Let her sketch out of the court record, okay. Now hurry up and cross-examine him! My voices changed, didn't they? All of them. There was no white hood. We have the hood. Just where did you see this sight from? Hey, no need to shout. When I was lying in bed in that rundown shack, the crack of the lightning bolt made me realize that the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nicely it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying? That's right. That's why I decided to go to the bridge. I see, that all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself. Yes, this sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work is ridiculous. Or ludicrous. Wait, did we already power this one? You transferred everything directly onto the page. And that is the sketch here? Yep, sensational, isn't it? Or should that be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway. It did? That's right. The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? That's gotta be it. Alright, go me. Nice ouch. Continue, please. That's it. There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I'm sure that there's a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere. Okay, back to the last one. I mean, the White Hood's where we catch them. Let's press this. You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you? Well, once I got caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. That's true. He's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least. Phoenix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. If he was trying until then, that dispels all doubt. Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh? Okay. Let's get the White Hood. What if it was Bikini? How? White Hood. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I do exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1, but that is the truth. If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. What? What do you mean? I don't understand. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Ugh. It seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris's hood? Huh? Angie, what's going on with you and Iris? What, with Iris and Nick? Why are you, Nick? You dog! You doog! I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded, straight into the garbage. Ha! What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Lily Stoneham, shall prove it. With a camera, I don't know. I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing their testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in the sketch, and show us your evidence that the nightmare was actually reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time! Trust me. Oh my god! Oh my god, Edgeworth is just like, he's dying. He is just dying. There you go. Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. It led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. Oh, there's blood on it! I'm sure that Iris is simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Elise! A crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. That's fair. Where did you find it? Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's something on it, isn't there? Oh my, it's a bloodstain! What? A bloodstain? Yeah, it's guess whose. You ready, Edgy? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Lurdy Stoneham only a few minutes ago? Rip that iris flew. I already got the contradiction, but let's just do the pressing. So you went to the burning bridge. That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get to me. The least I could do was meet her halfway. But the defendant was not at the bridge when you got there, you say. I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point. So what did you do next? So you searched all over for her? She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt, hey? Hey, it was more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so you know... Can one guy really be this stupid? So did you find any signs of her so-called landing? Don't really remember. I kept on falling over myself and kinda lost it for a while there too. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was deep and there was even a banana peel out there. Yep, there's Stupid and then there's Larry Potts. The short of it is that you didn't find any signs of her landing, correct? And what happened next? Half buried? It was sitting in the snow with a little gathered on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark there, too. I'm impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro, a genius security guard. Here's the pen light I borrowed from my company to help in the search. And it sparkled really brightly as if it was saying, "Here I am" to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But need I remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night? I know where it came from. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they are assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? And Iris is special, right, dude? And if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from a hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer. There it is. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought that this was Iris are the hood and this crystal sphere, correct? That's right, my gut is never wrong. I met that old bikini the next morning, and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. This case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy. But I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. Alright, let's do it. Present! Elise. Here we go. Larry? That night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Oh, who is this stupid idiot? Oh, that's mean. Miss Elise Stoneham, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike! In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone. What? 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 Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood, more importantly. The crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. If that means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donham. Is it possible Elise was faking being Iris instead? There's no... Well, where's Pearl? Like, a fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly. Thus, it is rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own two eyes. And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it was as well. Miles Edgeworth. Elise Donham was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francesca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with this case. Objection! That crystal sphere, it was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal sphere, is there not? Isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off scent. The same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? No, Enough joking. Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There's no evidence that Elise Donham left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Also, whose blood is it then? Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on this disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Notice she's never whipped him, right? Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Let's try. Yes, I can. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Keeps whipping my ass at this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You would do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered. And he always comes through. That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. What? Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Ah! She. Save. Scum save. Alright, here we go. Scum save. Okay. I choose this. Your response, Miss Von Karma? Birds of a feather flock together. Are you familiar with this phrase? Miles Edgeworth? I think one such bird is calling for its fellow now. Go, Edgy! Do it! Prove it! Win! 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 He's cheering. It's as though I'm listening to the ominous calls of ravens. So, Miss Edgeworth, what will you do from here? Well, one more chance, Your Honor. I can't turn back after coming all this way. The time of the murder and when the crystal sphere was dropped. I need to find proof that the latter happened first. Ready to present your evidence. Okay. We will try weather. Damn it. Okay. Running out of space here. Hit 2. Okay, let's see here. What about... Can we just use it itself? Oh my god, just use it itself! Alright. This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been a game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so lightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there's no snow on the victim's body. Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? What? Oh, that's the logic. Why not just use the sphere? Order. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused this crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could it be that being? This sphere. There is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of the Dusky Bridge. Whoa! The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Lee Stonem's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? Snowmobile! I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove the possibility it happened as I presume. Now that the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Oh, you mean a snowmobile? You mean that? The obvious thing is the snowmobile? There it is. That. On that snowy night, there's only one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Ah! As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body. Order! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Francesca von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim Elise Stoneham really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do we even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Francesca von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one reason alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this is all about? You could have just told me that from the beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francesca with me. Say ouch. Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that your chance seems to have slipped by you. What a shame! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to all the legal system seconds. I demand satisfaction! Oh, she whipped him to death. I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution, eh? And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Oh, she's hella pissed. She is hella pissed. There we go. Next time, Phoenix returns to the stand. Or the bench. Alright, so save. Oh man, okay. Next time will be the same day. It is the Hottie Clinic. He's at the Hottie Clinic. Alright, that'll be next time. So there you go. That right there is the game for now. I had fun watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun, let's come by, and see you next time. Oh, snap.